So on this video, I'm just going to share a few perspectives for you about GLP-1, if that's something that you're going to use, right? Which is the peptide that helps to essentially regulate blood sugar and suppress appetite, right? So, and this is, I'm not going to have anything for sale here. Yeah, I've been helping people in the wellness world for decades now. But there's nothing for sale. This is just information for you to consider if that's something you're either using or thinking about using. So the target, right, for this particular substance is type 2 diabetics, right, which is a lifestyle situation, right? That's, except for the outliers on the bell curve, the majority of people that develop type 2, that's from not doing the basic principles from a lifestyle perspective, either because they didn't know or they just, that's what happened, right? So, and it can be a lifesaver for the morbidly obese, of course, right? So here's the deal, right? So essentially, this is a caloric restriction hack. That's what it is, right? So it makes it easy for someone to create a caloric deficit because you don't want to eat. You don't feel like eating. And so that's a classic way, right, to lose weight. I mean, it's common sense, right? Not enough calories in. Heck, you're burning like roughly 1,500 calories a day if you don't move, all right? So you're going to lose weight, no question. The challenge is, what will the cost be? See, if it's used purely from a weight loss cosmetic perspective, it can have a steep, right? That process can have a steep impact on your health in the long run. So here's how that can happen, right? So when you are significantly restricting calories, you're creating a massive nutritional deficit. So you're not getting the vitamins and the minerals that your body needs to run, and essentially everything that happens in your body runs on those things, right? So that will ultimately, having a deficit in any major nutrients over time will lead to all kinds of health issues, much less, in addition to the fact that you're not going to have a whole lot of energy, right? That you're just going to feel like a slug, essentially, because your body's not getting what it needs. It's also going to have a hard time dealing with the toxins that are being released because it doesn't have the tools to take care of that. And so now you've got that issue hammering your immune system, hammering your body. And then you have what I think is the harder thing to correct that can occur is the loss of muscle mass. You see, when you limit calories and you're not giving the body nutrients, it's looking for something to burn. Yes, it's going to burn fat, which is exactly what you want it to do, but it's not the only thing it's going to burn. It's going to burn muscle, which is the richest tissue that you have, and it's going to affect your organs as well. And the challenge with that is, let's say, for example, you drop 30 pounds, and 15 pounds of that is muscle. You have now significantly lowered your ability to burn calories. So you're going to have to, at some point, go back to a regular style of life. And now you're in a hole from that standpoint. And yes, you can rebuild muscle, but it's not easy, right? It takes dedication. It takes all the things that you would be doing to not have to use GLP-1 in the first place. And so that's what it takes to build muscle. And muscle is crucial, right? The older you are, the more important it is to your life, because literally you can't do anything. It's like a life force for you. So not only does it burn calories, where fat does not burn calories, but it's your life force. It's your ability to engage in life. And so those are the things that are happening. Also, it's going to age you faster. It's just the bottom line. So if we use this kind of substance, this caloric restriction substance, over too long a period of time, without doing the right things to support the body while you're doing it, i.e. implementing the lifestyle choices that would effectively make it not necessary in the first place, but that you will have to do at some point. That you have to, unless you just don't care from a long-term health perspective. And everything I teach and have with my clients and people all over the world over the years is always about health first. I know it matters how you look. I know, I get that, right? I'm a human being, so I know, but at the expense of your health, that doesn't really make any sense, right? You only get one life. So what's important to do while you're doing something like this. Any kind of this would apply to GLP-1 or any other caloric restriction situation that you were doing, because through the years there have been all kinds of things like this, right, that were ways to avoid having to eat so you could easily reduce calories so you could lose weight. And the same problems have always been true, which is why we have the health situation that we have in our country right now, right? If any of these things worked as a long-term situation, we wouldn't have those. Right? Everybody would be, fit. That's the bottom line. So what to do? One, you have to supplement with high-quality nutritional supplements. You have to supplement vitamins. You have to supplement minerals, fiber, antioxidants. You have to give your body those resources because it's not getting those. And already, as a population, we are relatively deficient in those things anyway, which is a root cause of a lot of issues. So without supplementing, it's going to accelerate you're moving into an area of health crisis that you're not going to want to go to. Next, you have to supplement high quality protein. And you're going to have to supplement quite a bit of this because this will help preserve your lean muscle tissue, because your body will have something to use. when you go to bed at night and it's doing its work, it'll have a resource. If it doesn't, it's going to tear your muscle down, which is going to do exactly what I said prior. It's going to make the road back a long road. I mean, it takes you diligence. The average person with diligence can only build 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of muscle a month. That's it. That's if they're diligent, right? So if you drop 30 or 40 or 50 pounds of muscle to lose a lot of weight, you are setting yourself back significantly. And then the third thing is eat quality food. Don't use this as an excuse to continue to eat, trash, right? Do not eat processed food while you want to minimize processed food anyway, because it's loaded with chemicals and toxins which crush you at the cellular level, which is a root cause of all kinds of stuff. Read Casey Means' book, Good Energy. You'll get very clear on this. But you want to eat quality foods, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and lean proteins. That's what you need to be eating to support your body with some healthy fats in there. So health has got to come first. And in the big picture, if you want to live a great life, you are going to have to do the basic things from a health perspective, because your health is in your whole life. And to the degree that you're healthy and vibrant and have energy and have life force, that's how you can participate in life. Without those things, that's going to be tough. It's really going to be a tough thing. So I hope that this gives you a little bit of insight to consider. You can do your own research, but I certainly hope it's helpful for you.